Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and it's officially week 1 for college football starting today, Thursday. Man, we got games Thursday through Monday. I don't know if I'm not going to recap any of these Thursday or Friday games. I'll be watching them, for some, for sure. Saturday will be the big day of football. College football. But I'm not going to predict every game here, but I'm going to predict a few games for Thursday, Friday, probably do most of the Saturday games here. So let's get into the schedule. Let's start here Thursday, 5:30, number 25 Boise State at Southern Florida. This is on ESPN. Boise State only a 5.5 point favorite in this one. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Obviously, second year, I believe, of what's his name? Maddox? Something like that. The quarterback. I forgot his name right now. Can't think of the top of my head, but something like that. Second year of him. Also, you don't have Mr. Jeanty this year, Mr. Ashton Jeanty. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do at the running back position. If they're as good as he was at, breaking tackles. But it also depends on the offensive line this year as well. I don't think Boise State's going to be as good as they were last year. And I mean, hell, they're barely ranked in the top 25. I'm going to go Boise State here to get the win. Any other games? Nebraska at Cincinnati, year 2 of Dylan Raiola. The Walmart Patrick Mahomes. Nebraska at Cincinnati on ESPN. Nebraska's a 6.5 point favorite. Cincinnati probably isn't going to be worth a shit. I don't think Nebraska's going to be that good this year. They might be a bit better than they were last year, but I mean, Cincinnati isn't really great. Nebraska's like a 6.5 point favorite. I think they'll get the win here. Give me Nebraska with Dylan Raiola. Any more games? Is there any more shitty games? Is there any? Nope. Only 2 games I'll be predicting for Thursday. For Saturday, or for those are games Thursday, the 2 predictions. Boise State over South Florida. What the fuck is happening? So those are 2 predictions for Thursday. Boise State over South Florida and Nebraska over Cincinnati. Friday, let's make some predictions here. Georgia Tech at Colorado. Georgia Tech's a 4.5 point favorite. No, Georgia Tech. Some people were like, "Oh, they could be a sleeper in the ACC." Maybe. I'm gonna pick Georgia Tech here over Colorado. I know Colorado, I think, has Caden Salter as their quarterback. He was named their starting quarterback. But I don't know about Colorado. I mean, they're playing Georgia Tech and they're about a 5 point underdog. Could they win this game? Yes. But I don't know. Probably Georgia Tech probably has a better roster. Obviously, Colorado doesn't have Shador, Travis Hunter. They don't have those guys anymore. And Georgia Tech might actually be a legit solid, could be a legit solid team. Not saying a sleeper in the ACC, but like a legit solid team. I just don't know if Colorado's going to really be that. So, give me Georgia Tech over Colorado. Auburn at Baylor. Auburn a 2.5 point favorite here. The SEC. Auburn at Baylor. This could be an interesting game here, but I'm going to go with... I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a close, high-scoring game. Give me Auburn. Give me the Auburn Tigers. So, is there any other games? UNLV, Sam Houston State. No, I'm not even bothered. I was going to think about it, but no. Those are 2 games over Friday. Saturdays, where I'm going to make most of my picks. So, let's start here. The big game, 12 p.m. Number 1, Texas at number 3, Ohio State. Ohio State's a 1.5 point favorite in this one. Well, this was just such a tough game to pick because both these quarterbacks still kind of experienced. Arch Manny's a little bit of experience, starting a few games and playing here and there. Julian Sayin hasn't played. So, 2 kind of inexperienced quarterbacks. I mean, former 5-star Julian Sayin and hyped up quarterback and Arch Manning. I think it's going to be a very, very good game. I think it's going to be high scoring. Ohio State obviously has Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and a bunch of other targets on offense. So I think if the offensive line is good and that Julian Sain is accurate, he's gonna be a beast for this offense. It's gonna be so hard to stop this Ohio State offense. You know, Jeremiah Smith's still there, Carnell Tate, and I'm sure they're still gonna have another good offensive line like last year, more good running backs, and obviously the elite receivers. Defense, we'll see. The defense is kind of a question mark. Obviously, they're returning Caleb Downs. But other than that, the defense is kind of a question mark for me. Texas, I'm sure they'll have another elite offense, just like last year. I'm going to go with Ohio State. I think it's going to be close, obviously. Top three matchup here. Obviously expected to be close. I'm going to go with Ohio State here at home. To beat Texas, again, just barely. But that's my prediction for this one. Syracuse at Tennessee. Tennessee's a 13.5 point favorite. Their quarterback Joey Aguilar. Obviously, Nico transferred. Joey Aguilar isn't really that good. Dude couldn't even start UCLA. So, but Syracuse going to be as good as they were last year. Obviously, you don't have Kyle McCord, LaQuint Allen, guys like that. There's probably, I think, a receiver that I can't think of right now. So, but I don't think Tennessee's that good, personally. You know what? I'm going to go with Syracuse for that upset. There's your one upset. There's my upset. Syracuse over Tennessee. Fuck it. There's your upset. Kentucky against Toledo. 9.5 point favorite. Went down to about 7.5, back up to 9. This will be at 12:45. And Syracuse, Tennessee's at 12. But Kentucky, Toledo, 12:45. Apparently Toledo's good. They're the best team in the MAC. They have a good quarterback, Tucker Gleason. Some good running backs, a good receiver, I think Vander Voss or something like that, who's really good. Kentucky picked up Zach Calzada in the offseason, Kendrick Law, a bunch of offensive linemen. I'm going to say Kentucky gets the win here. I say they'll win comfortably. Some things I want to see improved. Obviously, the offensive line. Just the little things, like not getting, after the play penalties. Just the little things like that. Just the little margins. Alabama at Florida State. I'm going to say Alabama gets an easy win here. Blows out Florida State. Florida State sucks ass. Georgia against Marshall. Give me Georgia here. Just going down here. Texas A&M against UTSA. Give me Texas A&M. We're like 23-point favorites here. Then the other top 10 matchup that night. Number 9, LSU at number 4, Clemson on ABC at 7:30. Clemson's a 3.5 point favorite. I'm going to go with Clemson here at home. I just think they have the better quarterback in Cade Klubnik. I think Garrett Nussmeier's good. I just think Cade Klubnik's improving. And I just think they have a better offense. They have some pretty damn good receivers. I like the defense as well. They have some great guys defensively. Can't think of their names right now off the top of my head. But they have some great defensive players they're returning. And also, I can't trust LSU. Brian Kelly, can't trust them in a big game. Can't trust them. And I think Clemson's going to be pretty damn good this year. So, give me Clemson, especially playing at home as well. And I just can't, like I said, I can't trust LSU in a big game. Michigan against New Mexico. They're like 30-point favorites or something. 34. Give me Michigan here. Utah at UCLA. Utah's about 5.5 point favorites here, so I'm going to go with Utah to get the win. Hawaii at Arizona. Arizona's 17.5 point favorites. You know what? Give me another upset. Give me Hawaii. Cal at Oregon State. I'm not going to go over any more of these games. Let's go over Sunday. Virginia Tech out South Carolina. Give me South Carolina in a pretty easy win. I think South Carolina's going to be a top 10, 15 team with Lenore Sailors. So I think it's going to be an easy ass whooping. Notre Dame at Miami. Give me Notre Dame. They're only 2.5 point favorites. I think they're going to win this game pretty easily. I just think Miami's kind of overrated. I just don't really trust Carson Beck. And I'm just not really... Miami's just... I don't know if they're that good. TCU at North Carolina. TCU's actually 3.5-point favorites. You know what? I'll go with TCU to get the win here. No, it's North Carolina. Coach Belichick's debut. But I think TCU is a better quarterback than Josh Hoover. Had a very good year last year. See, those are my picks. College football week 1. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Check some back a lot. Peace and have a good night.